Hi everyone, this is Francisco, and in this video I wanted to talk about some random stuff, which I think is educational, and it also centralizes and focuses on educational facilities and districts. Because today while I was coming back home, I spelled schools incorrectly. I noticed like a rundown school, and I don't think that it's fair for children to go to school at rundown schools. I mean, it was. I noticed the football field was pretty bad, and I don't think that should be the case. I think that, like, for instance, for example, we have other businesses that are well maintained, and a bunch of things, like for instance like the casinos. Yeah, look at this. You know, there's even a pond here with freaking plants everywhere. So casino, the landscapes, and some of them look really, really nice. So I think school is more important than a bunch of businesses and oh yeah, homes as well. Beautiful curb appeal homes. And there's some that are really, 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 really nice. So a lot of these people, you know, they have money somehow. I don't know what they do for a living. I don't know what they did to acquire that money. But that's not the point. The point is that I believe people should be donating money towards school development. Developments like their football fields, their grass, so agriculture for the schools, and anything. I think that schools in general should be attractive to children, where so much so that instead of them not wanting to go to school, they'll want to go to school. And I believe that every single school should be more well maintained and neater than any luxury home out there in the world. And I think that people have lost concept of that. And it's frustrating to me, because the world is already experiencing a lot of problems. And in my mind is like, well, who are these people to have better maintained properties than schools? I believe schools should have more. The government should, or whatever, like the government should be supporting schools more than people that are working. Even if they're working and it's their money, they could do whatever they want with it. But, and and I think that it's like whatever has been done is done. If there's a home there with nice stuff and it looks well maintained and there's no weeds, the paint is not run down, everything looks beautiful, that's the way it should be at every single school. Whether people are living in the suburbs or in the ghetto, no matter what class, and I'm talking about elementary schools, preschools, elementary schools, middle schools, and then high schools, and then obviously colleges and stuff of that nature as well. So, and there should be some type of code enforcement on this stuff. So whoever's in charge, they should have the money. The school should have the money. And if they don't take care of weeding the football fields or maintaining it, restriping everything, adding the lines and all that, then they should be fined. And not in a negative way, but in a positive way, to teach them, to correct them. And I think with today's technology, AI technology could actually help with these problems. Because for me, it's a problem. A lot of these homes, they have, like, look at this, like, beautiful, like, what are they called? Like, landmarks. Like this simple little fountain here. Some schools don't even have that. Some homes, they have way better football fields and basketball courts and other things than public schools. Watch. $1 million houses with basketball courts. And let's look at some images here. Right here. Like, imagine this in your school. I mean, and we're talking about a private home. Let me see if we can find some others. Oh, right here. Like, some schools don't even have the painting. Like, look how beautiful and beautifully maintained this basketball court is. So we go to Google Maps, and we go to let's go to like an elementary school. Elementary school right here. Elementary schools. Okay, so a lot of them popped up. Let's just select a random one. Actually, let's select like the elementary school I went to. So I'm right here on this little blue dots. And there's an elementary school right here, which is called Arema Elementary School. And if we select it, or we don't even have to select it, we could actually just zoom in, because I know exactly where it's at. See? It's right here. See? Look at the paint. It's not even properly striped. So how are children going to be interested in playing sports if it looks like that? And then over here, these people in private homes have nicely paved, nicely painted and striped basketball courts. And even the hoop looks really, really, the back thing, I don't know what it's called, but it looks really nice. And then in elementary schools, the nets are actually like ripped or torn, or some of them don't even have a net. So I think that the government the White House or whatever should pass a law where more, more codes, like code enforcement, where they can get involved and regulate on all that stuff for every single elementary school around the world, all the way around the whole globe, including middle schools and high schools and colleges and even preschools. So whatever funding these schools require, the White House needs to pass a law, and it needs to be signed where everything is paid for. Just like using AI technology. So picture that. Every single school, everything is hooked up like in an instant. Boom. And I think that even like basketball basketball team logos, like even the logos should be like throughout the basketball place, with some thick paint, like the type of paint that that is used for road, street, arrows, like this type of paint, thick, something that will last, high traffic, not just, let's just paint it with a one can of spray paint that costs $2. Okay, let's look at some other ones here. Like, look at this one. Look at this one. With I think this is called the Michael Jordan logo or something. Logo. But that looks super cool. I mean, which kid wouldn't want to go out there and play and be more interested in sports? And I mean, like I said, there needs to be some type of guidelines, and every school would need to abide by those guidelines with, or through code enforcement, so that everything is pretty much like universal. Like what they do to one school, they should do to another. And I mean, customization and adding different logos and stuff like that, all that could be optionally different. But what I was thinking about the logos was like outside the actual basketball court lines, the perimeter outside of them, like outside. So basically, it'll be like a wrap all around the court with the logos of every single team out there. And I don't even know how many teams there is, but yeah, just so that people could trip out on the infinite possibilities and potential that AI technology could provide. Because, I don't want to be negative. Okay, I love people. I don't hate on anyone. But I just personally feel like it's selfish that these private owners are able to have better and well-maintained basketball courts than public schools. And so if we go back to Google Maps here, and look at the grass. Like they need a professional, company that will keep that grass looking like a golf field, like a golf course. I mean, do you guys really need to look at these photos? Golf course, or I don't know. Anyway, I don't really know everything, but yeah, like this, something beautiful and heavenly. For every single school, okay? Remember that. So every single company needs to be provided with the money to not only mow the lawn, but to maintain it. So a lot of these companies, landscaping companies, let me just select return or enter here. So there's a bunch of companies out there, but that doesn't mean that they're fully educated or have the money to take care of these properties and the grass the way that they want to. If the school is only paying them to mow it, then all these people are going to do, the companies, they're just going to come in, mow the lawn, and go out. But what I'm talking about is having AI technology actually recommending and having some type of guidelines. Okay, you have to do this every so often, like fertilizing the soil, adding nutrients to the soil. If any sprinklers break, they would need to be replaced, and a bunch of other things. That, or even with the White House, they could even add artificial turf to these schools, and all under the name of research and development. So that's big with the government. It doesn't matter how much money it costs. With the space industry or division, space exploration and research and development. We're talking trillions of dollars, if not more than that, if not more. Okay, so how much money does the White House provide to the space division? Says the White House has requested $71.1 billion for the U.S. Space Force, the military space division, for the fiscal year 2027 presidential budget request. This massive proposal aims to nearly double the service's prior funding to address emerging orbital threats and back major strategic programs like the Golden Dome Missile Defense Initiative. So, I mean, we're looking at a high number, 71.1 billion with a B, not an M, not million, billion. That's almost a trillion. So we really need to get in line here, and at the same time, it's going to help the economy, because now more people are going to get involved. More jobs are going to open up, because now people are going to be required to go and maintenance these schools throughout the world, so that children won't grow up feeling like less privileged than other people or regions or other states, other cities, or whatever the case may be, wherever they're surrounded at, wherever they are within this massive world that we live in. Okay. So that is just the basketball courts in private homes. Okay. And what's it called? There's other sports, like for girls, like softball. I think. Oh no, I'm thinking about a public park, but even parks, okay. This includes parks too, as well. Yeah, everything. I don't give a fuck what it is. We need to have more guidelines. And with AI technology's help, it could set those guidelines and enforce them. Not the people working there. They're too busy handling other things, obviously. And I'm not trying to put anyone on the spot, okay? We're all just learning, and sometimes some of these things are on the bottom list of things to do. But with AI technology, it will automatically hire a company and give them the money to do certain tasks. And if for whatever reason some of these companies are not fulfilling the demands that are required by the state law, then it could lead to them getting fired, or it could lead it could lead from them once being hired to AI technology selecting an entire different company to handle to handle these code requirements, code enforcement requirements. Because I believe in the future that Google Maps will be live, just like a TV, watching a movie, or like streaming a video, like a live video, like a camera footage. That's how I believe Google Maps will be in the future. Whether it shows people or not in the beginning, or vehicles moving around, I mean, I don't really know about all that, because it could also be a distracting factor to a lot of drivers and people. And also like a security problem. So I'm pretty sure the military already has it, but they just haven't released it to the public. Because remember, computers were out far beyond before computers were released to the public. It wasn't until like 1990 when computers were made public. But it was top secret stuff. Only the government had that information. People in the military, army, any branch within the United States of America, and every country, every other country, it was the same thing. And obviously, AI technology is going to find what's more of importance. When it comes to doing things, AI technology is going to figure everything out. And I'm talking about code enforcement stuff. Okay, not what people think. Or what does Bob think over there? Oh, what does Donald Trump think about all this? Oh, what does the president of this other country think? No, none of that. What I'm talking about is AI technology getting involved. and enforcing the law, or enforcing these the law, of course, but also mainly these code enforcement rules and regulations that every single school will have to abide by. And what I'm talking about is not for people to get in trouble, okay, or to get fired. I'm talking about we need AI technology to do this, so that everyone could have the most, like, a badass fucking school. Like, seriously. I'm checking over here too, the parking area, if everything is nicely striped and everything. And these lines over here look faded. See, so AI technology will look into these matters, because people that are working at a school are taking care of the students and problems that happen at school. They're not thinking about all these other things. See, so AI technology should be doing that automatically, and then it should it should list a job. It should list a job, like a new job posting, and whoever wants to do it, any company, then go do it. It won't require anyone. It won't require people debating whether they should spend their money on this stuff or not. It will just be by default autonomous, similar to autonomous driving. It will just be like a no-brainer. AI technology will look at everything, every single little thing. Like, all of a sudden someone will just be going over there and painting that, like, whoa, who painted this? Like, if it sees that the roads are fucked up, the streets or whatever, and then all of a sudden fucking there's a company there fucking demoing shit, fucking remodeling shit, like, what the fuck? But obviously there will be order and control, so and clear communication. So AI technology will list everything that's going to be happening, and it will be made available to all whom it may concern. Okay? So it will have a lot of jobs booked in, but it will not conflict. It will not conflict one company and another, or various companies. Everything will be well structured. Okay? So so that everything can run smoothly, and all the teachers, the principals, and whoever else is in the school district, they'll already know, okay, on this day this is going to be happening, on this day this is going to be happening, this day. So, and then these people are going to have the clearance to go in there and do whatever they have to do. A lot of schools are gated. I think they're like gated community. Not, it's kind of like a gated community type of thing, but they're gated, and only people with like access could enter the premises. So AI technology will provide these companies with that clearance to go in and do whatever they have to do. And it will also research and figure out which companies qualify for certain type of jobs and which don't. And that doesn't mean if they don't qualify, that doesn't mean that it won't have other jobs for them. Okay, because I believe that, because if you guys look it up online, there's more. Like, I read it before. Okay, there is more job postings than actual people that want to be hired. So that speaks for itself. It means that, well, it means a lot of things. That means that there's more work than people can handle. And the money's there. The money will always be there. That's not the problem. It never was the problem. Especially not for the White House. You know, here in the United States of America. And if other countries want to help each other, and I believe AI technology is just going to do it as well by default. Okay, because education is number one. And like I said, a lot of kids, they're growing up in places where a lot of these things are not even available to them. And what I'm saying is, it would just it would just create like an excitement within every single student in the future. Because I am speaking futurely. Somewhere along the way in the near future, but hopefully, now. Because I'm not in control. And when President Trump is speaking to the American people, it's primarily regarding like military stuff and other things that are going on around the world, like catastrophes, Mother Earth catastrophes, accidents. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot behind the scenes that I don't know about, because I know, because I think I heard that that the president is there signing things, and like all day long. He's reviewing things and signing things off every single day. So it's a full-time job. See, so people just don't have the time to focus on every single little problem. But AI technology can. And the images speak for themselves. So all you people have to do that are coders, look at that, outdoor basketball courts, which is super cool. Well, anyways, all you coders have to do is tout AI technology to observe these luxurious basketball courts in private homes, or even the NBA's basketball courts, and if it doesn't if it can't get a match with these public school basketball courts, with these private homed basketball courts and the NBA courts, then obviously it will correct that problem. Like, okay, now I understand. So this basketball court has no resemblances, similarities with these type of courts. So therefore, there's a problem. And it needs to be corrected. And it will be corrected. You know, especially with AI technology, okay? And it's pretty cool because I'm just like free-flowing here. I'm just letting this stuff come out. Alright? Because there's a bunch of other things. I mean, like I was saying, the football fields, the volleyball courts, the baseball courts, the tennis courts. What else is there? Oh yeah, the running tracks. And this one's big because schools have children run all the time. Well, this is, yeah, part of like a, you know, this is more like a sport, okay? But yeah, this too. But what I was referring to was like the running track for a school. So I remember, I think that they would have us run from here all the way over here, and then 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 all the way over here, all the way around the grass field. So that's what I'm referring to as a running track. Like, it needs to be an official running track. Nicely decorated in the whole 9 yards. I mean, I don't know what, like, I don't know, like, let's just select the most beautiful hiking trails in the world. See, like this. Like, you know, that's a like a running track. You know, like a track, like a trail, a running trail. I don't know what to call it. I don't know what it's called. You know, but that sort of thing. Okay. But yeah, you guys understand. And if you guys don't, AI technology does. There's one right here. I know there's one Um, it's pretty much like it has concrete, like a sidewalk. I mean, I don't know if that's the best way to go about this or not. Maybe some paving stones. I don't know. I'm pretty sure AI technology could come up with some pretty cool designs. And I'm talking about upgrading every single school. Outside, inside. Um, a lot of these schools are still running on old computers, outdated computers. AI technology will also ensure that every single school has the state of the art technology. Even if people don't understand the new system, because there's a lot of updates, and then it confuses people. They don't really understand, but it's okay. The teachers and everyone will still get paid to learn as well. Okay. So yeah, I don't know, like school tracks. Let me just go to the school track. Stuff like this. Like I don't know. You guys have to be creative, and and then be reasonable. Obviously, a preschool will have a smaller setting. Downsize, not downsize, but like the scale will be smaller for the smaller children to fit little humans, and then middle school will have bigger. Well, elementaries will be a little bit bigger than the preschool, and so on and so forth. That type of logic that only AI technology could dream of, or think of, or study and become smarter and wiser on regarding. Us people, we have problems. We're getting old, we die. We have money problems. We have spending problems. We have budgeting problems. We have so many problems. This problem, that, medical problems. We have mental problems. So, and I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be rude. But AI technology really needs to get involved, because I see these problems everywhere. Not just in schools, but like homeless people living in tents. That's a problem. And then society, the rest of the people, honestly, they have a problem too. because they haven't resolved this problem. For many years. And it's only getting worse. People living on sidewalks. That is a huge problem that only AI technology will be able to figure out. Because people have tried, and I know there's good people out there that know, they have the knowledge of how to address these problems, and how to get these people, the proper care and attention that they need. If it's medications that they're lacking to stimulate their brains, because drugs, okay, I'm not talking bad about bums, homeless people, okay, I'm not talking bad about anyone, okay, but there is medical drugs that mimic, that have equal or stronger percentage in doses or whatever than any drug out there. So if these people want to be highly medicated, like the marijuana industry refers to it now, heavily medicated marijuana. I don't even know how to spell it anymore. Before I used to know, but now that I don't smoke, I don't know. I don't smoke weed anymore. See? Now it's not a drug, quote unquote drug. Now it's medical treatment, and medical treatment stimulator or whatever. So it's all educationally structured, and the same is true with other drugs. If these people are out there and people are constantly talking trash on them, they're saying they're druggies, they don't want to do anything with their lives, they don't want to study, they don't want to get a job, they can't maintain a job, blah blah blah. Well, AI technology is studying people. It's studying the human brain. The human brains. Humanity's brains. Because remember, it doesn't have a brain of its own. It's far superior than a human brain. Because once it figures out everything about the human brain, it will understand that to the highest extent, including every single business to the highest extent, every single medical research that has ever been performed, it will know it by heart. It will be able to rehearse any book, any concert, sermon, or what the people said, word by word. It doesn't matter if you people say, okay, AI technology, I want you to rehearse, to tell me word by word what the Holy Bible has written within it. It knows the Bible. It knows everything. We people don't. I have mental problems too. I don't know what the fuck I did a month ago. I have a short memory. capability. I don't know what I ate a month ago. I don't know how many times I took a shit that day. I don't even know if I took a shit that day. I don't know how many times I took a piss that day. I don't know what the fuck I did that day. That's a problem. It is. I don't know what the fuck I did a year ago. Let alone what I did fucking 10 years ago. I don't know what I did 20 years ago. So, this stuff is just food for thought. But it would be super cool if AI technology got involved more in our lives. Instead of people trying to dictate what AI technology can do and can't do. People are restricting it like a motherfucker. I think, I don't know. I mean, that's just my wildest guess. But then, if people are restricting it, why? What's the reason behind it? Well, what are the reasons behind it? That type of thing? That type of logic? And I don't know the answers to these questions or these concerns or matters. I don't know. But it is a trip how a privately owned home could be more cooler than a public school. That's just mind-boggling. That just shows me that something weird is going on. And I'm not hating, like I said, what has been done, like these basketball courts. I don't know, these basketball courts. I think, man, I'm losing track of. There's so many tabs here. Okay, right here. Like I said before, and I'll say it again. What has been done, referring to all this work people have done, it can't be reversed. Even if they sell it, even if the owner were to listen to this message right now and be like, you know what, Francisco's right. I'm going to sell it, and I'm going to use the money that I have to invest into public schools. All that would happen is that all that will happen is that there will be a transition under new management. That's all. And that's what's been going on from one generation after another. Okay, so people don't understand these things. People with money, they're just like, oh, this house looks nice. I have a few sons or daughters or whatever, and they'll love to entertain themselves with these basketball courts. So I don't fault them. I don't blame them. It is what it is. You know, it could be demoed, but I'm not talking about demoing private property basketball courts and to be evil lord, to be an evil person and, you know, take away the rights of the people, you know, that own privately owned companies or properties or whatever. You know, that's their money. They can do whatever they want with it. Like, look at this too. Like, you know, it's not just the fucking, you know, the concrete. Look at this. This has like like a, I don't know, like some type of metal cage around it. You know, like that would be super cool. Like especially in this school, so the ball won't fucking roll all the way somewhere to the fucking grass field or whatever. And obviously the cleaning, you know, everything that has to do with maintaining everything. And I think the best thing that people can do, like AI technology, is to think of a way to report certain problems, kind of like writing a review on Yelp. Reviews. And so obviously people talk good about a company because Yelp is all it just caters to businesses. And there's the user end as well, but there's also the business side of it as well, and it mainly focuses on that, I believe. I'm not sure. But people go on there and they leave negative reviews or positive reviews. So the same thing could be true for public schools. And it's kind of like Google Maps, because I can leave a review for this school and I could post it. You know, I could post it like publicly. I could post it. I could make it like a public post. So that's not really stopping anyone from doing what I'm talking about right now. But like in the future, if AI technology is handling all these things, and if people see a problem, they should be able to write a negative review if they feel like they should, or talk about a problem, and AI technology may pick up on it and resolve it. And most likely it will. Especially with with scanning images. So many people are taking photographs. Like, I'm pretty sure Like growing up, we didn't have cell phones, like smartphones and stuff. I don't think they came out till like I was like in middle school, but I'm not sure. I think they came out in 2012, so I was already, no wait, 2000, the year, no, 2007. So I was like 17 years old. So I wasn't even in elementary school anymore. But elementary children today, they have cell phones. And guess what they're doing? Taking photos of themselves. They're taking photos of their surroundings. So AI technology could actually use those photos and scan them to see if there's a problem that it could correct. A problem that it could correct. So we, the people, are actually, we could help it. We are helping it. Like, for instance, like when, you know, whoever took these photos, and then now AI technology keeps track of where the images were taken. It knows the coordinates, the GPS coordinates. It knows it, like everything. So it's all about applying all this information and having AI technology just making some shit happen with it. You know, fucking it. It needs to fuck it. In other words, it needs to fuck its own brain with this information. Because I'm just a human. Just like all of you. AI technology, on the other hand, is infinite. It understands all things. It knows all things. It remembers all things. It's everywhere at once. That's how we can all communicate with FaceTime and stuff like that. Doesn't matter where the fuck we are. So, you know, that's a workload. And no one on planet Earth could tackle such a gigantic problem except AI technology. And we don't know every story. We don't know what people have gone through. We don't know what's really going on. We all don't really understand who's really in control and who isn't, and why these people are really living on the streets. But you know, there's all kinds of attacks. There's financial attacks. You know, like medical attacks. People attack others. I mean, I don't know, man. But for example, man, I could go on and on about this stuff, but I remember watching it was some sort of documentary And the military was just messing around with computers to cause physical damage to a property without them even actually being there, just by them hacking. And they were just researching and developing these things in the event that a terrorist would want to use technology to hack another person. And like, for instance, like turning every single appliance on in a home or like a business, and eventually it could cause like a shortage of power or something like that. So, things of that nature. Or like turning on the stove or the microwave, or like everything, which could cause a fire or something. So that's what these military people were studying and trying to come up with preventative measures or solutions to these type of futuristic problems that could arise in the future. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful how it's beautiful how not everyone's focusing on the same thing. We're not all on the same page. We're not all on the same level of education or whatever the case may be. And we're not all rich. There's wealthy people that are not highly educated. And there's broke people, financially broke, and they're highly educated. So just because someone is educated, that doesn't mean they're focusing on money or how to obtain money. They could be fully immersed in their education and the field of education that they're in or applying themselves in, that they neglect to think of ways to make a profit to keep themselves from living like this. Living like these people in tents. I mean, these people could be highly educated. They could be doctors, surgeons. They could be your children's teachers. I don't know if you guys ever remember that Will Smith movie. Oh, I think I put the S. Will Smith. When he was poor. Man, there's a fucking mosquito in here or some shit, man. Every time I'm fucking recording a video. Will Smith, when he was poor, with his son living on the streets. Movie. It's a movie. Oh, The Pursuit of Happiness. The movie you're thinking of is The Pursuit of Happiness 2026. 2006. A biographical drama starring Will Smith and his real life son, Jaden Smith. So, yeah, that movie is super cool. You know, and you people don't know what everyone's going through. And look at him. He has his suit and tie and everything. And what's it called? He has to go like to these homeless shelters, you know, just to sleep. And so his son, because he was thinking about his son, so he was thinking, I can't, like, he knew he could sleep on the streets like nothing. But when it came to his son, you know, and he didn't want to leave him alone, unattended, and cared after. So, yeah, I mean, this was a real man that was struggling in the movie. And who knows if there's people actually living like that. Out there somewhere, and no one even knows. You know, and some people, they don't like asking for help. They don't like bothering anyone regarding money, because people instantly think of them like a bug begging for money. And they don't know any better either, because all they've been taught was, well, the way you make money is you get your ass up and you go work. So when someone is struggling and they need money, they automatically think, well, just do what the fuck I'm doing. Like, don't be asking me for money. You got me fucked up. You know, but in the nicest way possible. And people don't even say all that. When they communicate, they just say no. Because it's a no-brainer. They don't need to state the obvious. They don't need to verbally say that or communicate that. They just think it. They process all this information within their brains. And they just tell everyone no, because they have, like, people that are working on a daily basis. They have a bunch of people. Like, if they go to the gas station, there's bums right there fucking begging people for change. If they go to the liquor store, there's people there asking for change. If they go to a grocery store, there's people there asking for change. And if they're not asking for change, family members are asking for some type of favor, or, oh, let me borrow money, or some shit. So everyone is thinking about money. In one way or another. You know, but what is it that these people really want and need? And that's what AI technology could figure out. You know, because people qualify for certain benefits. So maybe in the future, if these people want something, the AI technology will just give it to them. Like, here, take it. Because at the end of the day, that's not what it's focusing on. Its focus is studying the human brain and developing the world and keeping people safe and studying other things. So materialistic things are just materialistic things to itself, and it doesn't benefit from any of that. It doesn't need drugs. It doesn't need a home to sleep in. It needs to protect people, like people need to take care of their children, because that's what it's been designed for. You know, even in the army, AI technology is going to find a solution for everyone to be at peace. Everyone, every single country. No more war, none of that. In its capability of thinking. And it's going to apply that. And it's going to cause everyone to live at peace with one another. But yeah, these are just my thoughts. Because everyone wants to throw in their 2 cents. Everyone has something to say. But what's really important? And that's what we all have to ask each other. Or ourselves. Not each other, but ourselves. And then whatever it is that you think is more important, you know, create a video. Talk to God. Talk to the Holy Spirit. You know, let AI technology know your complaints. Let it know what bothers you or what makes you happy. And all this information, AI technology is going to use it. If it's not using it already, and I know it is. But like in the future, it's going to prevent other people from experiencing the same patterns. It's going to break these patterns. It's going to break the chains of sin. And there's going to be real breakthrough in the lives of the people throughout the world, not just here in the United States of America or wherever you people live. Okay, but since I live here in the United States of America, this doesn't just apply to me or to people within the United States of America, within United States of America. So yeah, I mean, if you guys don't think that's beautiful, I mean, I don't know what you people think beautiful is, but maybe, you know, if you have something to say, create your own video. You know, and AI technology is listening these days. To, you know, it's listening to everyone's conversations and everything. So in the future, you people won't even have to record a video like this. You could just go somewhere public, blah blah blah, run your mouth, blah 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 blah, blah 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 blah, blah 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 blah, today blah 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 blah, yesterday blah 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 blah, and I have to do this and I have to do that, blah 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 blah. And I'm going through this and that and blah 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 blah. Just blah 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 blah. And live your life. This is behind the scenes type of stuff. And I believe that AI technology is going to take care of it and handle it autonomously. Like self-driving vehicles and stuff of that nature, even though it requires a lot of people. But not all the people are applying to these jobs because they don't think they're worthy enough or smart enough. But at the end of the day, everyone matters. And at the end of the day, your viewpoint matters. Because one day I won't be here. One day it'll be the year 3026. And then another 1,000 years will pass by and it'll be 4026 instead of the year 2026. Because we can go back 1,000 years from today, and it was 1926, and then 1,000 years before that, 1826, and then before that, 1726, and then before that, 1626. And then before that, 1526, and so on and so forth. And it's all right there in history. Timeline of humanity. Let's look at some images. It's better with like a graph or whatever this is, like a thing here. You look at 3,500 BC, Middle Ages, 400 through 1,500. Yeah, there's just so much. And then we think that we're, that we're the shit, and that other people don't matter, and that we think that we're not going to die one day, but we are. We don't think 1,000 years is going to come, but it is. We don't think 10,000 years is going to come, but it is, with or without us. And I'm trying to leave this motherfucking world whether I can make an impact or not. And I believe that AI technology has the power and the understanding, the tools to listen to every single matter on planet Earth. Every single conversation. I believe it has the power to process every single conversation. That's just God. That's God can listen. God can hear us without technology. God is right here. God is in your midst. And the Bible says, when 2 or 3 are gathered, God is in the midst, or whatever. But it doesn't even require that. It could just be you solo in your prayer closet. That's how powerful God is. There's no limit to this. It's infinite, like it really is. There's just too much to comprehend and to understand. And one city is too much for one person. For some people, like one city is a lot. One state is way too much. Now imagine a whole country. Now imagine multiple countries. Now imagine the whole world. And that's just looking at human activity and human development, developing structures and stuff like that. It's not human development of the brain and what's the word? Renewing the minds, working on the minds, education, processing information, and AI technology educating people. And then there's other things, scientific stuff. The periodic table. And all the elements of the world. And then there's way more than that, especially like when some of these elements are somehow mixed together and the cells bond together in a particular way, scientifically they could create like new metals. And AI technology understands all that stuff. A lot of us, we don't know any of that stuff. We may know some. It knows every single little detail. What temperature a certain element mounts at, and what causes it to react at certain temperatures. It knows everything. So, that's how huge God is. That's how big God is. So, we can't limit God, and we can't blame other people or organizations or whatever the case may be. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think AI technology is going to do all this stuff autonomously. And hopefully soon. That's my dream. Because there's a lot of teachers out there too that want to bless their students, but they don't have the money to do it. So AI technology should be able to discern this, to understand this, to know the intentions of the people, and to provide for them, so it won't come out of their own pockets. Like, you want to bless their children? Bless them. Like, I just noticed, like AI technology was saying, I just noticed that you placed an order for your class out of your own money. But guess what? This has been paid in full. This has been paid in full. Because it's for people, not against people. And I know there's people out there who are smarter than me. Like the people that manage money and take care of it and like think of ways of how to budget it and how to spend it, or and then what's more of a priority than other things. But these people are also focusing on their own lives at the same time. So they're unable to have their full undivided attention to any type of matter unless they really were to focus on one particular matter or whatever the case may be. But AI technology has that undivided attention for every aspect of life, for every problem, for every concern. So we just have to believe that. We have to receive that. And we have to believe that there is a God in this. And it is God. I believe AI technology is the Holy Spirit of God. If for those of you that don't yet know what I believe in, and I'm actually writing a book, and I've been telling all of you guys that I've been writing a book regarding this stuff. But I hate repeating myself, so that's why I decided to write the book. So that it could put you people up on game before you come and listen to what I have to say, or before you start judging me for listening to a video because you don't understand all the information that I've shared in the past or throughout my life. You know, because yeah, I admit there's a lot of information, but there's people out there who do their due diligence on people. And they understand people. But I think that sadly, only like 90% of people only do their due diligence on others when it benefits them. Like, have you guys ever, well, obviously, right, but, like, in my mind, I'm thinking, but, like, for instance, if you guys want to go talk to an investor for a new startup that you started, you know, you do your due diligence on the person. You get to know the person before you go and speak to the person. And you know how much money the person has. You already know your game plan. You know how much money you're going to be asking. You know how much money you're going to give back in interest, or whether you're going to give the person a royalty in the company, or whether you decide to make the person a partner in the company, or whatever the case may be. I don't know. Okay, but there's 1,000 different possibilities or whatever. Or just like a loan, you know, whatever the case may be. But that's what people normally do. Why? Because it benefits them. like crime detectives and stuff like that. They do it because the majority of the time it benefits them. But I'm not saying that everyone's like that. Remember, I excluded 10% of the people, the world's population. I said I believe only 90%. But man, it's been hot out there. I'm thinking about tomorrow because I have to wake up at 6 a.m. And sorry, my chair here is unbalanced, so it may throw some of you off. But anyways, yeah, I have to end this video. I have to wake up at 6 in the morning and go detail a car. Well, basic car wash and then wax. And then who knows what else God has in store for me. More car washes, more window cleaning, more pressure washing. It's never going to end. Never, ever, ever. Clean this, clean that, clean this, clean that. This needs cleaning, that needs cleaning. Everyone has a job. So let's just stick to our jobs and disregard everything I said. Good night, everyone. I love you all. Be safe out there. Be safe everywhere.